To Decision Desk 24 and the race for the Republican nomination. Two candidates are gaining some ground in the polls, and they're doing it without spending a lot of money. However, both Mike Pence and Nikki Haley still have a ways to go to close the gap with the frontrunner in the race, former President Donald Trump. We are joined now by Niall Stanage, White House columnist with our partners at The Hill. Niall, thanks so much for being here.
Good to be with you, Kelly.
Always great to have you. So what do you make of Pence and Haley and their low-budget campaigns? What do you think is playing into their momentum here?
So I think partly it's a good thing to be frugal. It's much better to be frugal than squandering money. And therefore, you can keep your war chest until the crucial battles of the first early states arise. I think for both former Vice President Pence and former Ambassador Haley, they both had good, strong first performances at the debate in Milwaukee a couple of weeks ago. In that way, you can live off the land as a candidate with those kind of big moments without having to spend massive amounts of money at this stage on things like television advertising.
All right, that makes a lot of sense. So I'm really curious. I wanted to ask you about this strange moment during a press conference in Vietnam yesterday. I know you know what I'm talking about. The president ending it by announcing he was going to bed. Here's the clip.
If you don't know what you want at the meeting, if you don't have a game plan, he may have a game plan. He just hasn't shared it with me. But I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
So now, what do you make of this and the attention it's now getting?
Well, it's not great, is it? I mean, any moment like that is bad for a president who we already know about 77% of the public in a recent poll had real concerns about his age. And look, I understand that the president's allies talk about how these attacks can sometimes be unfair or they see them as excessive. But honestly, you show that video clip to an undecided voter and say, what do you think about electing that man to a second term? How do you feel about him dealing with a nuclear crisis or a national emergency in 2027 or 2028? Obviously, a lot of voters are going to have really serious concerns about that. And every time one of these episodes arises, it causes new problems for the president.
So meanwhile, RFK Jr. is spending a lot of money trying to compete with President Biden. Do you think, though, Niall, that he has a legitimate shot in this race?
Nope. I really don't at all. I mean, a few months ago, whenever NewsNation hosted Robert F. Kennedy Jr. for that town hall, he was about 15% in the polls. There was some possibility that he might go up 20, 25, become a real serious rival to President Biden. That has not happened. He has plateaued or slipped down a little bit more. And frankly, there's a lot more suspicion, I think, of his candidacy among Democratic voters. They worry that Kennedy is really giving aid and comfort to the Republican Party rather than making a serious bid for the Democratic nomination.
So we have about 15 seconds left, but you wrote in The Hill over the weekend about 5 Democratic alternatives if President Biden exits the 2024 race. Now, he hasn't given the slightest hint that he's about to drop out, despite low poll numbers. But let's say hypothetically he does. Who do you see as having the best chance to win the Democratic nomination?
I think, obviously, in that so far unlikely scenario, a lot of eyes would clearly turn to Vice President Harris. The other big figure is California Governor Gavin Newsom. But someone to keep an eye on, Kelly, is the Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. She has fewer downsides in many ways than Harris or Newsom, and she could be someone who I could easily see rising toward the top of national politics, whether in this next election or one election beyond that.
All right, it's always fascinating. Niall Stanage with our partners at The Hill. Niall, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.